All right, YouTube. Today's December 1st, which means January 1st is 1 month away. And I always tell people every year, don't wait until New Year's. I usually say it way before December. And I did say it a little bit, dabbled in it, but I didn't really want to go on a little tangent like I usually do. But I do got my book right here because I took notes, right? So this is the top 10 things you can do this month that can help you have a head start for New Year's. Don't wait until New Year's, I'm telling you, because if you have a head start, think about it. A lot of people got workout partners or they work out with their friends, their family, whatever. You could be the leader of that because you got this knowledge right here. All right, so let's dive into it. All right, and also remember, if you got a lot of weight to lose, the weight can come off faster than somebody who doesn't have a lot of weight to lose. Like me, to get completely shredded, I don't even got to lose 10 pounds. That 10 pounds that I need to lose, if I was heavier, if I still had all the body fat I had before I did my weight loss, them 10 pounds come off way easier. So within a month, I'm estimating that most people, if they adhere to what I got in this book, and you need to look it up. You need to listen. This is top 10 things you could do this month that's going to help you out. Take notes. Get you a pen and pad. Write it down. That's all you need. Pen and a piece of paper. So I'm estimating that most people can lose in between 12 and 20 pounds, depending on who you are, depending on a couple things, and we're going to get into it right now. Let's stop beating around the bush, all right? So, depending on a few things, all right? Number one, your approach and your understanding. Your approach and your understanding. And when I mean your approach is the way you approach the gym and the way you approach your diet. And your understanding is understanding how things work. Understanding that this isn't going to happen overnight. This is what's going to happen in a month. But you're not going to be done. You're just going to have a head start. All right. So let's say you can lose 15 pounds this month. Let's say you had to do 30. Let's say you had 30 pounds you wanted to lose, and you can lose 15 of them this month. By the time New Year's come around, you're already halfway done. So, understanding with your approach to the gym. A lot of times I see people go to the gym, and they go to the gym all the time. They be in there more than I do. Guess what happens? They get no results because they don't understand that after a while, going to the gym is not half the battle. You have to do battle, all right? So that's number one, your approach and your understanding. Number two, your will to act and your belief in your actions, all right? Your will to take action and your belief in those actions, all right? Because if you don't believe in what you're doing, you're not going to do it wholeheartedly. You're not going to do it to the fullest because you don't even believe in it. You don't even trust the process. Right? You have to trust the process, but you also have to do the process. All right. It ain't just about learning what to do. It's about doing it. You have to be willing to take action. All right. So you can, starting now instead of waiting into New Year's, you're practicing your will to act. All right. If you just say, "Oh, I'll do it later," you're practicing your will to do the opposite, to not act, right? So, and a lot of times, you just showing yourself that you really don't believe in it anyways. Because if you really feel like you have what it takes to do it, the knowledge, and you got a game plan, you wouldn't be able to wait to do it. You'd be anxious to even start. You know what I'm saying? So number three, your actions. All right, your will to act, your belief in your actions, and your actions. Your actions mean, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Are you doing the right things? All right. So if you're doing, I tell people all the time, if you've been trying to lose weight and you haven't, and you keep trying the same thing and the same thing and the same thing, you're going to be like 99% of the people who fail at dieting. You're going to believe that you can't do it. But then you got to step back and look at the bigger picture. Who have you been listening to? Have you been adhering to what that person been saying? I tell people, it couldn't have been me. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell you exactly what to do. So we're going to get into number 4, which is part of the actions, right? What to do, right? What do? You action. That's a good question. I'm going to tell you right now. Good question needs a good answer, right? So number 4, tracking your food intake and your body weight and eating whole foods, all right? Tracking your food intake. What does that mean? That means counting your calories, tracking your body weight. What does that mean? A lot of people don't like doing this, but whatever isn't measured cannot be managed, all right? That means when I wake up in the morning, if I'm on a diet, when I wake up in the morning, 9 times out of 10, the first thing I do after I use the bathroom, before I eat anything, before I do anything, I'm going to get on that scale and see how much I weigh. Now, a lot of people are scared of the scale because they're taught that. People say, oh, you don't got to get on the scale. And a lot of people don't want to get on the scale because they think you got to get on the scale. They do everything together, which is cool, but at the same time, if you don't want nobody to know how much is on that scale, you can do it when you're alone. You know what I'm saying? You can do it by yourself. You got to tell nobody how much you weigh or nothing. All right? You can log your own, write it down. Weigh yourself daily. Take your high and your low, because your weight is going to fluctuate. And whatever is in the middle of that, that's what you weigh. You count that, all right? So track your weight, track your food, all right? So we're on number 5. Not biting off more than you can chew. This is one of the biggest things. People hurry up and wait. They wait until New Year's, and when New Year's come, they hit the ground running. All right, we're going to talk about running too later on in this. All right, we're on number 5. Later on in this, down the line, we're going to talk about running, all right? Or whether you should or shouldn't do it, or what you should do instead, or whatever, right? But people bite off more than they can chew when it comes to working out and when it comes to dieting, all right? Everybody know that you got to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight, but nobody wants to count calories. Counting calories is actually freedom. You might think it's a chore, you might think it's a job, you might think it's hard to do. It's just simple math, you know what I'm saying? You can write it down. I keep mine in my head because I've been doing this for a long time. So what I'm saying is, a lot of people know you got to be in a caloric deficit, so they end up starving themselves, which is going to make them binge later. You're biting off more than you can chew, or like I say, the main 2 things that make people fail diets is hunger and cravings. All right, people starve themselves, and you ain't gonna do that forever. We live in a world. We live in America. There's food places everywhere. There's fast food. Everybody celebrate everything with food. There's food all around you. You're not gonna your willpower is gonna break, and then you're gonna binge. All right, and then cravings. All right, people think that okay, I gotta cut out all the dirty food that I got and And you cut it down. I don't cut anything out. You know what I'm saying? I have my cheat days or my cheat meals. We're gonna talk about that too. That's on the list. All right. So don't bite off more than you can chew. Baby steps. Don't make a big drastic change. All right. Thinking that you got a lot of, like me personally, I could do that. Why? What makes you so special, Rapping? Because when I started my diet, I only had 15, 16 pounds to go. And I lost some of that. And now I only got 10. Why? Why am I losing weight again? Good question, good answer, right? Because I bulked. I'm not just on a weight loss journey, all right? So that's a side note. I lift weights. I build muscle naturally. So there's going to be some times when I'm in a purposely on the surplus. All right? So let's get into the next one. A lot of people, I can't listen. Well, you could just do the weight loss part. You don't have to deadlift. You don't have to do that, all right? So number 6, be careful who you listen to and be careful who you take advice from. When it comes to, be careful who you listen to, whether it's advice, because if that person doesn't know what they're talking about, and you can tell by looking at them most of the time. Not saying that if they don't have the results, they don't know nothing. Not saying they can't be right a little bit. But even if they're right, most likely they're guessing. They don't have the hands-on experience, all right? And also, don't listen to everybody, because a lot of people gonna feed you negativity. They're gonna try to bring you down. Anytime you do anything, somebody gonna try to bring you down. All right, so be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you tell your plans to. Yeah, so we're gonna get into the next one. No cheating before success. All right, so this is for this month only, really. It's gonna help you get used to it. All right, so I tell people no cheating before success. People see me cheat all the time. You can type in Rapid Time Fitness cheat day, and you might see 100 videos of me cheating. So how you gonna tell me? Because all those cheats that I did was after I had some success. And that's gonna take me into number 8. Cheat meals versus cheat days. I have cheat days, but until you really are good at, no disrespect, if you need to learn how to do this, you ain't good at it yet, alright? I'm not trying to dish you. I'm just saying you might be better at something else than I am. You might know how to play flute music. I don't know how to do that. I ain't gonna get offended by you saying you ain't good at playing flute music. I don't know how to do it, all right? So until you get good at tracking and doing all the other things I just said, don't have cheat days. You can have a cheat meal. What's the difference between a cheat meal and a cheat day? Good question, good answer. A cheat meal, right? No, let me break it down. Calories, right? You got maintenance, which is going to keep you where you're at, right? But you don't want to be where you're at, right? So you find your maintenance and eat slightly below. Anything below maintenance is a deficit. Anything above maintenance is a surplus. Surplus is gain weight, deficit is lose weight, right? Maintenance is the amount of calories that's going to keep you where you're at. And yes, your body weight's going to fluctuate, water weight, and this and that, third. But roughly in a ballpark of where you're at, your maintenance calories is what's going to keep you there. So you find that, and then you go slightly below. Why don't you go way below? Like I said before, that's starving. You're not going to do that forever. You're going to binge eat later, right? So cheat meals and cheat days, all right? So let's say, I'm just throwing a number out there, right? Let's say I'm eating 2,500 calories a day. Your calories are going to be different, all right? You're smaller. You probably don't have as much muscle. And we're going to talk about that too. I'm going to do a bonus because I don't even have that on the list, right? But let's say, for instance, I'm doing 2,500 calories a day and I'm dieting or whatever. Let's say that's my maintenance. Let's use that as my maintenance, right? Let's say I'm dieting at like 2,300, right? And I want to have a snack, right? Or I want to eat this McDonald's meal or something or whatever. I'm just throwing things out there, right? Let's say this meal is 1,000 calories. I got 2,500 calories for the day, right? So that means I got 1,500 calories left. That means I can eat, but I'm just saying I can't go over that 1,500 calories that I got left. If I'm doing a cheat meal. If I'm doing a cheat day means I'm going over the calories that I was set out to do. All right? And almost everybody has cheat days every day on their diet, and then they say, oh, it's because they did not count their calories. I eat clean though. I eat healthy. Okay, but if you're in a surplus, you're still not going to lose weight. You're eating clean, you're eating healthy, but you're still not going to lose weight. You're eating too many calories, right? So I don't believe in not eating any calories. See, people are all or none. So you mean I can't eat? I just balance, all right? So we're going to go into number 8, 9. We're on number 9. Get more steps in, all right? Walking, running, or walking. Which one would you want to do, right? I tell people all the time, running could be the worst thing you can do if you're not used to it, all right? There's a lot of people who ain't ran in 10, 12 years, but then as soon as they want to start losing weight, they understand that, okay, running is going to burn more calories than walking. Depends on how long you're walking, all right? You're only going to be able to run so much. You can walk. Most people can walk almost forever, right? the impact. We're talking about injury, right? A lot of people who haven't ran in decades and have a lot of body weight on them, every time you run, your knees and your joints are getting, let's say you weigh, I'm just throwing a number out there. Let's say you weigh 300 pounds. I forget the exact number, but let's say you weigh 300 pounds. I think it's like 10 times that much pressure on each one of your joints. So 300 pounds times 10, that's 3,000 something pounds on your knees and joints, the pressure. Doesn't make sense, right? The equivalent, right? The impact is like 3,000 pounds. I might be wrong, like I'm saying. I don't remember the exact estimate, but I know this stuff. I told this one lady this same thing, and she didn't listen. She ended up running. She had lost some weight before she started running because she was dieting, right? And she was hitting the gym, she was doing her thing. Yeah, I'm gonna start running. I said, do not start running. Why not? And I told her exactly why. She didn't listen. Messed up both her knees. Not funny, I'm just saying. I told you so. I told her that. I told you so. Right? But getting your steps in can mean cleaning your house, walking the dog. Some of my favorite cardios, walking talk cardio. If you type in walk and talk cardio, you'll find a lot of different ways to do walk and talk cardio, right? I like to go to the zoo with the kids, go to the mall, go wherever. Everything is steps. Steps doesn't working out doesn't only mean the gym, all right? If you work a job, a lot of people, I work a job that's like 10, 12 hours, and I'm always walking, but I ain't losing no weight. Because you're burning a lot of calories doing that, right? But everybody, that's calories out. But everybody knows it's calories in versus calories out. So if you're getting all those calories out and you're still not losing weight, that means you're getting too many calories in. It's canceling out all the calories that you just did. All of them, and then some, if you're gaining weight, right? But doing chores, everything, little thing, everything. Sometimes we feel like, oh, I ain't gonna do that. Anytime I feel like, especially when I'm on a diet, the things that I don't feel like doing, I get my butt up and do it because I know it's gonna help me. All right. So number 10, last but not least, watch my top 10 misconceptions about weight loss. This little 10 list right here, this was just something for this month. My top 10 misconceptions about weight loss is my actual main video, right? And a lot of people think they don't gotta watch it. I'm like, if you have been trying to lose weight and you haven't, you've been doing everything that you think you know, no disrespect, that means you have those things that you think you know are misconceptions, and you need to find out what they are. You need to find out what not to do, so you can find out what to do. Also, New Year's is coming up, like I said. Why not watch my New Year's playlist and get a game plan? That's number 10. Watch those videos. Comment, like, subscribe, share, holler back at your boy. Thanks for watching. And don't wait until New Year's. Why?